genre.
Dueling Genre Productions presents the series finale of Geek by Night. Episode 44, Heroes by Day. Written by Scott Carelli, Nick Jimenez, and Cass Fredrickson.
It's gotta be a timing thing, right?
I don't know. Maybe we need to go back and collect something.
Yo, did I lose you? Hello? What the hell? Hey, Mom, is the internet out? Dude, what happened? Did the game just shut down for you too?
Yeah, must have crashed. Servers probably got overloaded or something.
This is such bullshit. Why do all these gaming companies think they can just dump these half-finished games on us like this?
Holt talked it up like it was gonna be the Matrix or something. But it was basic as hell.
This shit's like the Fire Fest of games. Total rip-off scam. Plus, it got like really hot in that pod thing, right?
No. I was just thinking I might turn my pod into a gaming chair or something, actually. It's temperature controlled.
You're not like really hot right now? I'm like pouring sweat, dude. I'm burning up.
Danny? What's going on, man? Are you okay?
Yeah. Bark later. Poop now. Why do you always... Holy shit!
You have reached 911 Emergency Services.
Yeah, I need to report a house fire at...
We're sorry. All of our operators are busy with other calls. Please hold the line.
What? Oh my god!
Please, you have to help me. My house is on fire.
Your house? Kid, you're on fire.
I know, I can't feel it. It's like, it's a part of me.
What are you?
Help me! Help! I can't get down. I think I'm flying, but I don't. I can't stop.
Nope, I'm out of here. Come on, Romulus.
Wait, come back. You have to help her.
Please, I don't want to fall.
Superhumans, remain where you are.
Help! What's happening to us?
You are under arrest. Do not resist.
Under arrest? But we didn't do anything.
Stop resisting.
No, stop!
Your safety is no longer guaranteed.
Oh my god, someone help!
Director, all newly powered threats have been neutralized. Permission to proceed to Supermax.
Negative. Not quite yet. We need cause if we're going to make it stick.
Hold your position while I get you some.
Superhumans, stay where you are. You are under arrest. Do not resist.
Resist this! Yeah, jeez! God, I wouldn't recommend punching these guys. It's like, well, what I imagine punching Victor would be like.
Gibson, please, man, I am having enough of an existential crisis as it is.
Lance, we're on our way to you, but we're having a wee bit of trouble with all the obstacles in the roads. How are you lot handling things?
Not well, we're kind of surrounded. Why do they have my face?
Well, Lorelei had good instincts, signing you up to be her first super citizen. Strong jaw, war hero. Exactly the kind of guy the American people could trust. But since you went and blew yourself up, I had to improvise. And why stop at one clone when I can have an army?
So much for all that moral superiority over idea theft, eh, William?
Well, I figured, hey, it worked out pretty well for you.
Gretchen, can you rewind time a little? Give us a do-over? Now that we know what we're up against, maybe we can get ahead of it.
I'm trying. I can't even slow time down. Nothing's working. My powers are gone.
Shit! Mine aren't working either.
I'm afraid I'm coming up empty as well.
I knew things were smelling too good to be normal.
Your powers have been neutralized.
Lorelei, did they get all our powers from our time in that maze thing?
because if they did...
They must have gotten Charlotte's powers as well. Oh, that's not good. You lot can't even fight back properly. Well, you give them their bloody powers back.
No. And anyway, they're a little outnumbered, even if they had powers. Why keep fighting?
We can't just give up.
Yes, you can. People do it all the time. Besides, it's not like I'm really giving you another option here.
We'll figure something out. We're not just gonna stand here and let you win.
Let me win. Guys, look around. I already have. This is what me winning looks like. It's over. Just one last detail to take care of. Oh, Max.
Yes?
Get over here. Come on, it's showtime. You're ready, right?
Ready? Ready for what?
Your big hero moment, pal.
But I thought we were the villains.
From a certain point of view. A point of view that we're about to control thanks to you. See, I kept Nathan close because I thought his powers were the only way to make my plans foolproof. But now, I've realized that Nathan was never the right man for the job. It's you. It was always you. This is a job for Max Carmichael.
Oh, well, thank you, I suppose, but what is this job exactly? I recently worked retail for the first time, and let me tell you, it was a crucible.
It's very simple. I just need your help with a little leap of logic in this final part of the plan.
Leap of logic?
Yeah, not a flaw in the plan, just it's kind of a big ask. Getting a new branch of the Defense Department approved with myself appointed as secretary out of nowhere? It's only going to work if I can prove to the people in charge of this country that a superhuman defense bureau isn't just precaution. It is absolutely necessary.
Is the property damage caused by all of these poor super-powered noobs not enough?
No, because it's just an accident. We need to prove that superpowered people aren't just dangerous, but morally compromised. That having powers changes you. It's not enough that they don't know what they're doing. They have to be actively dangerous. That way the American populace won't feel guilty about seeing them hauled off to the Supermax on the 5 o'clock news.
But that's not how powers work at all. It changes you, of course, but you still have the choice to use them for good or ill.
You can take away that choice, Max. With just a whisper, you can make them go bad. And suddenly all of those victims become dangerous supervillains in an instant.
What? No, Max, you can't.
These people didn't ask for this.
I'm not sure about this, Billy.
Max, don't listen to them. Okay, this is why you're here. Why we came together all those years ago. Call it fate, call it destiny, but your powers were meant for this, okay? You were meant for this.
Max, if you did this, you'd be condemning them to a life of perpetual persecution and imprisonment.
You might be a jerk, Max, but you're not a complete psychopath. You know this is wrong.
But he might do it anyway. Because he's hurt, and because he's mad, and because he has the power to make it everyone else's problem. And you know what? Been there. Our powers aren't really all that different, Max. We both have the ability to make people say things, do things, feel things that they might not on their own. And there aren't a lot of ways to use those powers that aren't super creepy and manipulative. It can mess with your head after a while, right?
Yes. You start to wonder if any relationship in your life is actually real. If anything can be real.
And no matter how hard you try to do the right thing, a part of you is always wondering if you've screwed it up somehow and made someone do something they didn't want to do. And once that thought enters your head, the next one isn't far behind. The one that gives you permission to treat the world like shit because you're sad, or you're angry or lonely, and you have a way to ease that pain. But you can't listen to that voice, Max. Don't do something that you can't take back. Trust me.
Wow. Nice monologue. Did you get a chance to workshop that, or do you just have that one ready to go?
Regardless, I can't do what Billy's asking anyway. I mean, controlling that many people? I'm not powerful enough to do something like that.
Maybe not on your own. And now that we're back together, my powers can make yours stronger than they've ever been. As long as you're by my side, Max. You can do anything. Feel that energy rising inside of you, Max?
Yes. I feel powerful.
Good. Now use it.
William, stop this right now.
No, not you!
Aw, Cosmo, you had a duck crossing sign. How are those little duckies gonna cross the street?
Yeah, I'll call that a success. I was driving like a maniac out there.
We definitely should have died multiple times. He was going 80 in a school zone. I think David passed out.
I didn't pass out. I was just closing my eyes and trying not to vomit.
And you didn't. Another success.
You have very low standards.
I always have. I'm much happier that way.
David? What are you doing here? I thought you were...
Oh, we kidnapped him from that party, and now he's helping us because he's also mad about Billy's evil clone army.
Glad I still have a knack for bringing families together.
These people are innocent. You can't do this to them.
You're right. I can't, but he can.
Max, please, you're better than this.
I don't know if that's true, Lorelei. Now, why don't you all go stand with the others?
What a grand idea.
Why, of course.
I love these guys.
You see that? Even the ones with powers listen to you. I guess this means you've made your choice.
Indeed I have. And you know, it wasn't as hard as I've always led myself to believe.
That's because you know it's the right thing to do.
No, Billy. It's a terrible thing to do. A betrayal. But I do hope you'll all understand why it had to be done this way. And that sometimes, something terrible can lead to something ultimately good.
Oh, couldn't have said it better myself. Now let's do this thing. Alpha Dogs, open channel. Testing. Great. All right, Max. Looks like you're on.
Right. Hello, newly superpowered citizens of McKinney City. Fear no longer, for my name is Maximilian Leslie Carmichael, and I have been given the power to change your destiny with a simple request. Billy, I would like you to amplify everyone's powers so they can defeat the Alpha Dogs and save the day.
What? No. Yes. Of course. Whatever you say.
What's this feeling? It's like I'm supercharged.
My senses are alive. The world looks brand new. This is better than when I first got contacts.
I've never felt so much energy in my life. It's like I have a large hadron collider running at full capacity inside my chest.
I'm king of the world! Woo! Show off. Hey, I think I'm feeling something too.
Oh man, my car! You blew up my car!
Madison, what the hell?
What? Am I not allowed to express joy?
Just forget about it, sir. Lorelei Swift will reimburse you.
Reimburse me? Reimburse me for what?
Your car.
I don't remember ever owning a car.
Holy crap, my powers are amped. This rules.
Oh, man. I haven't felt this charged up since the midnight screening of Phantom Menace.
I can feel everyone's emotions. They're not afraid anymore. They're in control of their powers. And they're ready to fight back.
And we're all going to win. And that's not just me being confident. I can literally see the future.
Please, don't make me do this.
Oh, Billy. I feel terrible making you hoist yourself by your own petard. But I cannot let you have your way. This, my former friend, is my choice.
Power radiation is failing. Alpha Dogs, prepare offensive maneuvers. The Underdogs must be defeated.
Wait, you guys haven't heard? We're not the Underdogs anymore.
I got that one, and that one, and that one, and the one over there, and that one, and that one over there.
Hey, leave some for the rest of us, Min. My heightened senses are making my bobbing and weaving on point, but I still have to wait for an opening to make my move.
You will regret that.
You gotta hit me first, jabroni. And I don't see that happening anytime soon.
A cosmopolitan for you?
A cosmopolitan for you.
Definitely one for this guy.
Who'd have thought this teamwork thing could feel so satisfying?
Yeah, we try to tell you.
I think when all of this is over, I want to keep this team thing going. Maybe not one with a has-been teen star and a geriatric nerd, but some kind of team, definitely.
Well, I guess I'll just enjoy this one-time team-up while it lasts then.
Behind you!
Stop resisting. You cannot.
Freeze! Punch by punch. Unfreeze.
Win. Why is my face in sudden pain?
You like that? I call it a jet lag special. You want to see it again?
No.
Getting kind of cornered over here.
You're coming with us.
She isn't going anywhere. You're both going on a little trip.
Gwen, are you possessing both of these guys?
Yep, I'm all over the city right now. And the best part is the real me isn't even unconscious. I'm right over there helping Gibson. But I'm also here, and in like 12 other places. I've never been able to use my powers like this before. I feel amazing.
Wow. You know, confidence looks pretty good on you, Alan.
Stop where you are.
I got this.
No. Let me.
We will defeat you.
Defeat us? You don't even remember what you're doing here.
Why are we here? What are we doing? Who are we? What are we?
Ciao for now.
Did you just give them an existential crisis? Did you know you could do that?
Nope, I just suddenly felt inspired. If you're not acting on instinct, you can hardly call yourself an artist, you know?
Huh. I think confidence looks pretty good on you too, Stokely.
Do not resist.
Okay, at what point did we get surrounded?
Not to worry.
Cannot move.
Nice one, Simon. What should we do with these guys?
Well, it might be helpful if they were all suddenly in a vengeful rage against their former compatriots.
Positive emotions are always stronger. Alpha Dogs. I know we just met, but you guys are my best friends. We'd do anything for each other. But those jerks over there are trying to hurt my friends. What do you say we team up and take them down?
Yes, we would do anything to protect our best friend, Elliot. Friendship is truly of them all.
Are you guys okay? It looked like they had you surrounded.
Yeah, we were handling it, Victor. I made them nice. They were nice now.
Oh, well, I couldn't really tell that from over there, so.
Man, she is really causing some mayhem out there, huh?
Oh, this is awesome! I've never had this much fun in my life.
Mindy, maybe we should try keeping property damage to a minimum?
I just saw you drive some cars through a bank.
Didn't say it was perfect.
Yes! Look at them go! Aren't they brilliant? Oh, come on. Even you have to admit you're a wee bit impressed.
It is rather gratifying to see William's plans crumble into dust. Yes.
You bet your arse it is, mister.
The actual city crumbling into dust. Not so much.
Buildings can always be rebuilt. What matters is saving people from the Alpha Dogs. Besides, sometimes you have to make a wee bit of a mess before you make progress. You told me that once.
Did I? You know, I think I misjudged you. I dismissed any attempts at a partnership because I believe that your unique brand of reckless optimism would be at odds with the way I prefer to operate. And make no mistake, you and your harebrained origin experiments have made more than a bit of a mess in this city. But now, yes, I am impressed with both you and the kids.
I prefer to think of it as relentless optimism myself, but thank you, David, truly. And I can think of at least one of those kids you should probably say that to in person, once all this is over.
Yes.
Ah, just look at them, Billy. Using their powers, working together, making quips of questionable quality, but the spirit is there nonetheless. A bona fide team of superheroes after all. Why, if I hadn't spent years hating them, I might even be a little proud.
You're ruining everything.
I'm saving everything. And I must admit, Billy, it's a feeling I could get used to.
Please. I can't take much more. Let me stop.
I'm afraid I can't do that. It's over, Billy. You lost.
I hate you, Max. I always have. God.
Billy? No. Friends? You may want to wrap things up. I think I killed Billy.
Oh, man, that's too bad. I really like that guy.
Luckily, it appears we've successfully restrained the last of the Alpha Dogs.
And we never could have done it without Max Carmichael. Go figure.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm sure you would have all figured something out.
You were brilliant, Max. Pure, dead, brilliant. And I won't hear another word about it.
Well, thank you. I wish I could say it was some scheme I had tucked away the entire time, but the truth is, all of this time I've spent around all of you must have finally rubbed off. Not a moment too soon, I might add. Now, in this moment, I'm reminded of something the great Stan Lee once said.
Oh, God, he prepared a speech.
Don't worry, I got this. Hey, Max. Welcome to the Underdogs.
Oh, well, dash it all, now I'm getting emotional.
Hey, not to break up the moment here, but what are we going to do with the 100 or so unconscious super clones we got lying around? I mean, I don't want to say bury them out in the desert like that E.T. Atari game, but I'm not saying that either.
And these aren't the only ones we have to worry about.
Cosmo's right. There were hundreds, maybe thousands of Alpha Dogs in William's secret cloning facility.
Yeah, they're probably rounding up noobs all across the city right now.
And we don't have the power to stop them anymore.
Fortunately, I don't think the clones are going to be a problem much longer.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
Well, I managed to get a few minutes with the cloning machines before the Alpha Dogs came online. Not enough time to stop them from waking up, obviously, but enough time to change one very significant factor.
Significant like how? Oh, Jesus!
Oh, holy crap, they're melting like the Nazis at the end of Raiders. Ugh.
What the hell did you do to them?
He shortened their half-life. The clones were only ever going to live a few hours. This battle was won before it ever began.
You did this to all of them?
I did. And what you're seeing in front of you is happening all over the city. I'm just glad we were able to prevent any innocent people from being sent to the Supermax.
You mean there's melted clones all over the city? Who's gonna clean all that up, man?
Well, it's all biodegradable, so no one technically needs to do anything.
Oh, God, Mindy, you are not marrying into this family. I forbid it.
So wait, are we done? Like, is that it? Did we win?
Lorelai, what is that?
It's my phone, but it's an alert for... Oh my... Oh no. Oh God, no.
What is it? What's wrong?
It's the grid. I have an app that tracks its status and I don't know what's happened, but it's completely overloading.
Lorelai, it's the grid.
I know, I just got the alert. What's going on?
That Kylo Renfair psycho is back and he hacked the grid.
The last man? But that's impossible.
McKinney City. I am the last man. I have come from the not-too-distant future. A world bathed in the chaos you've merely tasted. I know firsthand what will happen if these superpowered people are left unchecked. And with this knowledge, I've decided that this city is too dangerous to be left standing. For the sake of the world, McKinney City must be sacrificed.
Sacrificed? What the hell does that mean?
I have remotely activated every grid control station and programmed them to overload. This will cause a chain reaction of explosions that will rip through the nervous system of this entire city. No one will survive. This is the only way to be sure the future I escaped from never comes to pass.
Oh my god.
We're not going to let that happen. We'll find a way to stop him.
And if the Underdogs, or anyone else believe they can stop me, know that the overload process has been calculated to perfectly contain the destruction within McKinney City limits. However, if any control station is tampered with, they have been rigged to explode instantly. So, not only would you be bringing oblivion to your city that much sooner, you would also be interrupting the overload process and ensuring the destruction of every city within a 50-mile radius. It is time for this to end, once and for all. Goodbye, McKinney City.
Okay, so at what point did we lose control here?
He has the advocates working for him. They got the drop on us when Joel and I went to hire them to hack the game. They were working for the Ire again.
Only the Ire is working for the Last Man, but it turns out that the Last Man is actually the Ire from the future, and after you guys beat the game, he killed himself. Well, you know, he killed the Ire from the past, which is our present, and he hasn't become the Last Man yet, but he is dead because he's still himself.
Is anyone else's brain suddenly leaking out of their ears?
Basically, the Ire is dead, long live the Ire, or whatever. You get it.
Wait. How could the Last Man have killed the Ire if he's the Ire from the future? Wouldn't that have just erased him from ever existing?
Well, I suppose if by coming back here and changing things, we've already stopped that future from coming to pass, then it would essentially become an alternate universe rather than the future of our current timeline. So in this case, the Last Man killing the Ire is more like killing an alternate version of yourself rather than a past version.
Oh, got it. So it'd be like if Tom Holland Spider-Man killed Andrew Garfield Spider-Man in No Way Home, not like if Tom Holland Spider-Man went back in time and killed a past version of himself.
Oh my god, Jeff, spoilers! I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't? How? The whole world has seen it. It made like $1 billion in 2 days.
I've been a little busy in case you haven't noticed. How have you seen it?
You make time for the things that matter.
Lorelei, how much time do we have before the city blows up?
The grid is at 20% capacity and rising, so I'd say 30 minutes.
All right. I'm gonna go throw up.
I don't get what the big deal is. Can't the time travel girl just send us all back in time to stop this from happening, or give us more time, or something?
Okay, first of all, time travel girl has a name. Learn it.
Why?
Second of all, it's one thing to make some changes here and there. You know, you make a nice clean determinism loop, no harm, no foul. But I can't change something this big without creating an alternate universe. Going back in time is not a viable option. Okay, how about I zap everyone to different control rooms and we can try to figure out a way to defuse them all at the same time?
Too many variables. We don't know how Captain Helmet's got those rooms wired up. One slip up and we kill ourselves and everyone else in the city.
Then what the hell are we supposed to do? I don't feel like blowing up today, Victor.
Priority 1 has to be a citywide evacuation.
But what about the control rooms? How do we stop the city from blowing up?
We can't. All we can do now is save as many people as possible.
A full city evacuation in 30 minutes? There's not enough of us to coordinate something of that scale.
Actually, Elliot, I think that there are.
Spill it, genius boy.
Right now, there are dozens, maybe hundreds of people with superpowers. They can help us. They just need to be told how.
The Last Man shut down communications when he took over the grid. We have no way of telling anyone anything right now.
We don't need the grid. I'm going to use my ability to link up the minds of everyone who has powers.
That doesn't seem like a good idea, Simon. Haven't you almost died a bunch of times from pushing your powers too hard?
Yeah, Simon. That sounds like a lot. Like, maybe too much?
It most certainly will be, but it's also the only way.
Are you sure you're the right guy for this, pal? Inspiring the masses? I mean, you're not exactly a people person.
Very astute, Gibson, but I'll just be serving as the telephone line in this scenario. Lorelei, you'll be doing all the talking.
What? How?
Once I link everyone's minds together, I'll let them see what I see, hear what I hear. So you'll just need to speak to me, and you'll be speaking to them.
But why me? I have no idea what any of them are going through.
You just have to inspire them the same way you inspired all of us. You had that power long before we had ours.
All right then, telephone man. Let's get this show on the road.
Simon, please, be careful.
You know what's sad is, I always try to be. Okay, here goes. Okay, I can feel them. I'm connected. Lorelei, you're on.
Hello, McKinney-Setti! If you're hearing my voice right now, you're probably in a bit of a pickle. Well, the whole city's in a bit of a pickle right now, I suppose, but there's one thing that makes you lot different from all the rest. You can do something to help. Now, I know what you're thinking. Lorelei! Oh, this is Lorelei Swift, by the way. Hi! Lorelei, we've just gotten these new abilities we can barely control, and we're scared and overwhelmed, and that man in the mask just said that we're too dangerous to live. Well, I've got news for you. He's wrong. Dead wrong. Because if there's one thing I've learned in my time here, it's to never underestimate the people of this city. You're all smarter, braver, and kinder than anyone realizes. And nothing's changed. Well, yes, you've been given extraordinary gifts, but you're still exactly who you were before everything went topsy. Decent people, trying to do the right thing. And that's exactly what we need right now.
Simon? Lorelei, you better get to the point quick. I don't think he can take much more of this.
Just keep going.
Now, there isn't much time. The last man wants to destroy this city and everyone in it. The Underdogs and myself are going to do everything we can to stop him, but if we don't succeed, we need a contingency plan. That's where you lot coming in. Use your powers. Use your heads and use your hearts to help people around you get out of the city while there's still a chance. Because regardless of what that helmet on the tally says, abilities or not, we're all just people trying our best to help each other. As long as we have that, no matter the odds, we have hope. And that's always been our superpower. Now get out there and save the day!
Simon!
Mindy, I can still feel them. It's working.
Simon, no. No, stay with me.
He was exerting too much power. His body couldn't handle it. I'm afraid there's nothing we can do for him now.
Yes, there is.
Mindy, what is that?
A cure.
Simon, you're alive!
I am. Thank you, Mindy.
Don't think I'm not keeping track of all the times I've saved your life, Holt. One more time and I get a free sandwich.
When all this is over, how about I take you somewhere romantic instead?
That deli on 4th Street isn't romantic enough for you?
I was thinking somewhere slightly more sophisticated, like Paris or Rome.
Deal.
So you're telling me there was a cure for what was killing Simon this whole time, and you only just now gave it to him?
Because what was killing him were his powers, and he needed those for as long as possible. As a clone, he wasn't designed to have special abilities, nor, I imagine, was Lorelei's origin process designed with clone physiology in mind. The only way to stop the deterioration process
was to cure me of my abilities.
You don't have your powers anymore?
No. Not so OP anymore now, I suppose.
When did you figure it out, Simon, and how did you synthesize the cure?
I didn't.
Then who?
You. In the same future the last man comes from.
Of course. When we had dinner at the convention and I realized what was happening to you, the thought of a cure crossed my mind, but I hadn't even put it to paper yet.
You would have. You did. Thank you.
So that's it, huh? No more powers?
No more powers. Sorry, everyone. I'm just plain old Simon again.
Yeah, just plain old Simon the super genius.
You're alive. That's all that matters.
Guys, are you seeing this? Wow.
Would you look at that?
Come on, guys, let's go!
Keep going.
Follow me!
Come on!
Are those the noobs?
They're working together to help everyone evacuate. I guess we're not the only superheroes in McKinney City anymore.
Looks like that speech of yours actually worked, Lore.
Well, couldn't have done it without Simon.
If I was going to lose my powers, I'm glad they were used one last time to inspire this.
Right, well, I'm out of here. There's a city full of super-powered pledges in need of guidance. I'm going out there to help.
I should head by my old neighborhood. Check on the Johnsons next door. They'd go down like that old couple on the Titanic before they'd leave that house willingly.
Maybe I can use my powers to make them temporarily forget they ever lived there?
That's good thinking, you lot. Just be careful, alright? Don't be heroes.
As if.
Okay, so I guess all that's left to do is find the last man.
And maybe possibly stop the city from blowing up if we can?
Great plan. Where do we start?
When Joel and I were at the Advocates' hideout, we heard the last man telling them to set up at Supermax. He's going to use the grid control room there as his base of operations. That's probably where he recorded his little video diary.
That makes sense. With the Supermax being located on the edge of the city, he'd be able to easily escape the blast radius.
What a jabroni. Guess all that crap about sacrifice turned out to be, well, crap.
Back to prison, eh? I guess it's true what they say about the revolving door of the correctional system.
I don't really think that applies to escaped convicts.
We shouldn't head over there together. They'd see us all coming a mile away.
The ensemble is looking pretty unwieldy.
Right. Let's split up. Lorelai, Charlie, Max, David, and Joel, you should all assist with the evacuation effort. We can't afford to miss a single person.
Well, all right. You all heard the man. Beloved supporting characters, roll out.
Hey, who are you calling a supporting character? I'm a romantic lead.
Well, you know, there's normally two of those.
Was that flirting? I did not approve of flirting. When all this is over, I'd like to have you lot round for a party at my place. Nothing fancy. Fam only.
Like your actual house? Not just your office with the mattress in the corner? I'm honored.
May I be invited to the fam party as well? I happen to have an excellent ants on a log recipe. See, what you do is you take some peanut butter and...
Maxie, after what you just pulled off, you'll be the guest of honor.
Guest of honor? I've never been a guest of honor before. Can I wear a sash?
Simon, I just wanted to... Well, I suppose what I mean to say is...
I know.
Right. Well, take care of yourself out there, son.
Thanks. I'll do my best, Dad.
What about you, Victor?
What do you mean? I'm going with you guys.
I think you'd do more good helping people get out of the city.
No way. The last man is deranged. I don't want you guys taking him on by yourselves.
You can use your powers to tap into every camera in the city, coordinate everyone's exit, make sure no one is being left behind. That's huge. If we fail...
But you won't.
But if we do, you're too necessary to the evacuation to be stuck in there with us.
Damn. You're right. I mean, of course you're right. I'm just worried.
We'll be fine. This super badass android guy taught us everything he knows.
Do what you do best, Vic. Go help people.
Okay. Just promise me you'll give yourselves enough time to get out of the city if you need to.
I can zap us all outside the blast range in seconds. We're gonna be fine. Promise.
All right then. Just one other thing. Kick his ass.
Huh. Anybody else know he could fly?
Well, I built the propulsion rockets in his back, so I did.
You just love leaving little surprises everywhere, don't you?
I do.
How are you feeling, Simon? Are you up to this?
I actually feel better than I have in weeks.
Walking without a cane is one thing, but going into a fight Batman style without powers is another.
Well, in the event that something like this happened, I actually made a point of studying a few fighting styles without the use of my abilities over the past year or so. I wouldn't say I've mastered any of them, but I'll get by.
Hang on. How did I not know about this?
I replaced myself with a robot, remember?
Right. Well, sounds like we're gonna need to spar soon.
We do have a small boxing ring back home.
Please. I've gotten used to the flirty banter, okay? But I really don't think I'm capable of handling flirt fighting loaded with sexual tension like you guys are Daredevil and Elektra.
I think it's cute that they can be out in the open. It's like when Chandler and Monica stopped being a secret.
Ew, I'm not a Monica.
What? Of course you are. You're aggressive, you're hyper-competitive, and you have an annoying older brother.
Hey! I'm a Rachel. How is this even a discussion?
I don't think we have a Rachel.
We do. It's me. I'm the Rachel.
Yeah, Friends really isn't the best template for us. We've got like 2 Chandlers, and Simon is the closest thing we have to a Phoebe.
I have no idea what any of you are talking about.
More of a Frasier guy, huh?
Of course I am, but that's beside the point.
What is the point then, smart guy?
We have 20 minutes before the city explodes.
Oh, crap, I forgot. Everyone, hold on to me.
Huh. You know, maybe you are a Rachel.
Where is everybody?
Yeah. If this is the last man's base of operations, shouldn't there be advocates all over the place?
Maybe Joel and Charlie got their intel wrong?
I don't know. Something feels weird, though.
Weird, like this is definitely a trap?
Even if it is, we don't exactly have another option.
At least we know what we're walking into.
Underdogs. Finally. I was starting to think you'd given up.
We don't give up, jerkface. We overcome.
Well, let's see what you're truly made of then, shall we?
Shit, he cut the lights.
Did the sudden pitch black darkness not give that away?
How are we supposed to fight if we can't even see?
Stay calm and circle up, everyone. Shoulder to shoulder.
Pathetic. Don't you see that your powers aren't gifts? They're a burden. Relying on them has made you all weak. And now they can't even save you.
Hey, last man. You know I have heightened senses, right?
And how is that supposed to help you now?
Means I can see in the dark, asshole.
Nice shot, Gibson.
That's on me. Should have thought of that. But it doesn't matter. Nothing can stop what happens next.
There's always a way.
Not this time. And even if you could, what then? Do you really think life will just go back to normal after all of this?
We don't need normal. We just don't want anyone to die.
If you lived through what I did, you'd understand why this is the only way. Hell, you'd be helping me. Just look at what humanity has done to each other with a couple satellites and a few lines of computer code. Imagine what would happen if we had spies who could switch bodies, politicians who could control people's emotions. Do you really think anyone would use those powers responsibly? A world where everyone has powers is a world on fire.
You don't know that.
Of course I do. I've seen it. Computer, initiate lockdown sequence.
Lockdown sequence initiated.
That seems bad.
I'll get us out of here. My powers, they're not working.
That humming, it sounds like
power dampeners. They activated with the lockdown. None of your powers work.
No. We don't have time for this.
This was all part of his strategy from the beginning.
Like I said, trap.
Of course it was. Medina believed that this building was capable of containing the threat of hundreds, if not thousands of dangerous super freaks behind bars for as long as the people demanded it. He was wrong. And eventually, it would have ended in disaster.
I think it can handle the 6 of you for the next 10 minutes or so. Advocates, are you in position?
Yes, sir. Waiting on your signal.
Do it.
Come on, people. Orderly line. No shoving. No, hey, not your turn. Their turn.
You're having way too much fun over there. You know, you'd make a pretty good crossing guard.
Why? That a fantasy of yours or something?
What? No. What? Well, maybe.
Southbridge, what's your status?
We're making progress. I just hope there's enough time.
Try not to worry about that. Just focus on getting people across as quickly and safely as possible. East Bridge, status check.
Oi, stop trying to go around everyone! We're all going to the same place, and that sort of malarkey is just going to cause a traffic jam and get people killed. You want that on your conscience? Yeah, I didn't think so. Victor! I can see you up there! Looking sharp! I'm waving at you! Can you see me?
Yeah, Laura, I can see you.
Well, things are going pretty well down here, all things considered. Max, it turns out, is pretty handy in a situation like this.
Everyone is overreacting. We're all gonna be fine. If you think I'm abandoning my home just because you say so, you've got another thing coming, bucko.
Now, sir, there's no reason to resort to name-calling. I'm simply trying to help you survive a cataclysmic terrorist event. But since you appear to be in a state of denial, I'll make you an offer. If you leave right now, I will buy your home and all of your belongings for $1. And I promise I'll give them all back if the city isn't destroyed.
Well, hey, now we're talking. I'm gonna go buy a pack of gum on my way out of town.
Please don't. We do not have the time.
David's on the west side bridge, making sure everyone's keeping orderly.
Seems like everything's running smoothly.
We got a problem here.
Northbridge, what's your situation?
Well, we would be farther along, but Madison keeps telling people to break into stores and steal stuff.
Hark! Technically, she's just telling people they can break in and steal stuff and the insurance will cover it, but I don't know enough about insurance policies to have an argument against it, and this is why I could never do Twitter.
Yeah, can we maybe focus on the task at hand, guys? We can deal with everything. What? Southbridge, come in. What just happened?
Joel!
Charlie, talk to me.
The bridge! Someone just blew it up. It's gone. Joel! Joel, come on, you idiot. Answer me.
Down here!
Oh my God, Joel, give me your hand. Are you okay? How did you...
I was able to jump for it as the bridge fell, but everyone else...
My God.
Victor! Something's happened! All those people! Everyone trying to get across. They're all gone, Victor.
It's not just the East Bridge, Laura. The other bridges were blown as well.
What? Is everyone in? Is Charlotte?
She's okay. Joel had a close call, but it looks like all our people made it. But I can't say the same for all those civilians. Damn it.
But if the bridges are down, that would mean...
There's no way out of the city.
But what are we gonna do now? Victor?
Victor, wait! Where are you going?
Underdogs! Come in, Underdogs. Can you hear me, lambs?
Lorelai, we're here. Are you alright? We heard the explosions.
I'm alright, and so are the others, for now, anyway. Someone blew up all the bridges out of town. There's no escape. We're all trapped inside the city now.
You son of a bitch! How could you do this?
I said I would do whatever it takes. And I'm a man of my word.
But you're gonna die too.
That was always the plan. When you are truly devout in your beliefs, you have to be willing to die. Hey! What are you doing?
Shoving you in a locker. I'm old school.
Hey! You can't... Let me out of here!
Not a chance, asshole. Oh, look. A mute button. If I gotta die, I'm not listening to that guy yap his trap off about being a martyr while I'm doing it.
Thanks, Min.
How much time do we have, Lorelai?
The overload's at 95%. You've got minutes, maybe, if you're lucky. Why? How much time do you need? Lambs?
The last man initiated a lockdown sequence, which turned on the power dampeners.
Oh.
We're open to suggestions, if you have any.
I don't know what else to do.
So that's it. Minutes to midnight.
I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have... Well, I just shouldn't have, I suppose. Bloody hell, this is all my fault.
Lorelei, you can't put that on yourself. Billy is the one who started everything down this path. And the Ire, or the Last Man, or whatever, how could you have known that he was capable of something like this?
Well, that's just it, isn't it? It never even occurred to me that something like this could happen. But it should have. Maybe if I hadn't been so prideful, or blind, or naive, maybe we could have been better prepared. I only ever wanted to help people, to make the world a better place, starting right here in McKinney City, and now look! All those people. We couldn't save them. And now, when it comes right down to it, I can't even protect the people I care about the most. I never have been. I'm no better than William.
Don't you dare say that, Lorelei.
Victor?
It's not on you to protect everyone all the time. We're a team. We look out for each other when we're in trouble. Don't let that bastard get inside your head. You're not naive. You want to trust people. You want to believe that when the chips are down, they'll do the right thing. You believed in me like that once, and I let you down. So, please, keep trusting. I'm not going to let you down again. I promise.
Victor, I saw you fly away. Are you safe?
Sorry about that. I had to leave before anyone could stop me.
Stop you? From what? Where are you?
I'm at the grid control station where Underdog Comics used to be. I just really wanted to talk to you guys before...
No, Victor, you can't!
It's the only way. And you know it.
Only way for what? What's going on?
Victor, what are you about to do?
He's going to merge with the grid.
What? But you'll become the Nexus again.
That won't happen this time. Once I'm merged, I'll be able to shut down the grid from the inside. It can't overload and explode if it isn't operational.
But if you shut it down while you're part of it...
He'll die.
Hey, what kind of superhero mentor would I be if I wasn't willing to do whatever it takes to save the day? Right?
Victor, this is bloody serious. There's no coming back from this.
I know. But it's the way it's gotta be.
Victor, please. I can't lose someone again.
Hey, thanks for shoving your way into my life, Lore. I fought you every step of the way, but I wouldn't change a damn thing. And this isn't your fault.
Victor, we just got you back. What are we supposed to do without you?
I'm not going anywhere. I'll be that little voice in your head anytime you feel like you're doing something stupid. Jeff, you're gonna be hearing from me a lot.
Come on, man, you're family. There's gotta be another way.
I think we've looked at every side of this, guys. This is it. And that's okay, you know? I think giving myself powers like I did, this feels right. But hey, this thing is about to go critical, so I gotta go. But before I do, I just want to say, Lorelei was always right to put her faith in you all too. It's been an honor to be by your side through all of this. You're heroes. And I'm so proud of you.
I'm proud of you too, mate.
Just promise me you won't build one of those hero statues of me, okay? They always get the head wrong.
Victor, wait. Before you go, I want to give you something.
Simon, I appreciate the sentiment, but I can't really take anything with me, so...
I understand that, but if you're really going to do this, you shouldn't have to do it alone.
Victor?
Atlas!
Ready for one last adventure?
I am now.
You've been a wonderful companion, Victor, and a good friend. I will always cherish our time together.
Thanks, Atlas. Me too.
I'll count down as your uploading process begins. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, Atlas, I'm in. Here goes nothing.
You are in the grid.
Man, nothing gets past you, huh?
I am the artificial intelligence that maintains the grid. You are an anomaly and a possible threat to my systems. Protocol dictates that
I'll be rewritten and absorbed, yeah, blah, blah. Thing is, I've got a lot of people counting on me out there, so I'm gonna have to shut you down instead.
Lorelei, what's going on with the grid? How close are we?
We're at 99%! Brace yourselves!
For what? Dying?
Wait.
What? What is it?
It's not moving. It's stalled out.
You cannot succeed. You will be absorbed.
I'm not the one getting absorbed this time. You are.
I control all things. I am the totality of information. I am infinite power. Your defeat is inevitable.
Funny. Do you know what that makes me? It makes me an underdog.
Not this again.
Lorelei, we just lost power at the Supermax. What happened? Did it work?
It's done.
The power dampeners are offline. You should be able to use your powers again.
Yeah, fat lot of good that does us now. Well, it looks like Dark Helmet's still locked in that cell, so...
Do we just go?
Don't have to tell me twice. Come on, guys. Let's get out of here. Meet up with the others.
There they are, gang.
Oh, you're okay. Are we on hugging terms yet? Because I kind of want to hug all of you.
We're glad you're okay too, Janet. Everyone else doing all right, considering?
A little banged up, but it could be worse. Could be a lot worse.
Great work rallying the city, everyone.
So, Madison, how did it feel actually helping people for a change?
Uncomfortable. Like when Janet tried doing cat eye makeup.
We were in jail. I had a pencil.
Cosmo, did you ever think when Gib and I first came to the shop that we'd all be saving the city together someday?
I think about this happening all the time, but now that I've survived it feels a little different.
Yeah, for once I'm actually feeling kind of punched out. Kind of just want to lie on the floor for a few hours, listen to some ocean sounds on my phone. Oh my god. Where's my phone?
Jeffrey? Are you alright, laddie?
Huh? Yeah, I'm okay. I just... not really sure what I should be feeling right now.
I'm up. I didn't die. Okay, I might be crazy, but there was one more of you guys, right?
William?
Hey, where's Victor? You guys remember him, right? Kind of a big old talking robot guy. What happened to him? What happened to big talking robot guy?
Ugh, come on, man. You seriously have to do this now? You can't just sneak off and start hatching a new scheme or something?
What do I need a new scheme for when the one I have right now is still going according to plan?
According to plan? Buddy, we wiped out your whole clone army. What plan?
Oh, I don't know, Gorbson. Let's see. Hundreds of people with frightening new abilities. Check. A near catastrophic event that cost the life of an American hero to get the whole country's attention. Check. All that's left now is for a voice of authority to take center stage and tell them how to stay safe and what to do next. I'll be the first to admit you got some licks in, sure. But come on! I ended up with everything I wanted. You changed nothing today.
If that's true, we'll still be here to stop you tomorrow.
How many times are we gonna do this dance before you nerds realize people like you can't touch people like me? Hey, look! The feds are here! Hope you're all ready to go back to Supermax! Right over here, officers. You're just in time to arrest those responsible for all this chaos and destruction.
My thoughts exactly, Billy.
Nathan? Nathan, what the hell are you doing here?
Oh, just here to watch a dangling plot thread finally pay off. You see, Billy, while you've been distracted, I've been gathering evidence.
Evidence of what?
Evidence of your plot to seize government control, your conspiracies against Swift Industries, and last but certainly not least,
William Medina. You are under arrest for the murder of Henry Swift.
Oh my god.
No, this is ridiculous. That case has been closed for years. It was an accident.
I told them everything you've done, Billy boy, and I brought receipts.
You. How could you do this to me? And why? You, of all people!
Oh, I know my hands aren't clean. Far from it. But after all this time, someone was finally able to get through to me, to convince me to change, to grow, and to turn you into the authorities.
Nathan, you're one of the worst people I have ever met. Who could possibly do that?
Someone I respect and trust implicitly, with charm and wisdom beyond their years. It was me, from another universe.
Of course he's from another universe. Oh, that is so stupid.
Take him away, boys.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
This isn't over, Underdogs!
You have the right to an attorney.
You'll see me again! You can bet on it!
I wouldn't take that bet, pal. Let's go.
I could never call this a good day, but seeing that snake in handcuffs at least makes it bearable.
Oh man. Handcuffs for snakes would be nuts.
Charlotte! I never thought... I stopped hoping I'd ever see this happen. Thank you, Nathan. You have no idea what this means to me.
Happy to assist, Miss Swift. You know, it's funny. While I was off gathering evidence, putting all the facts together, I'd forgotten how much I missed doing the work, you know? It felt like the old days. Good, solid, real-deal journalism.
You think you'll try to get your old job back?
Ha! No. God, no. But maybe I'll write a book.
So, is that it? Are we done?
I guess so. But the city's a mess. No power, barely any infrastructure.
Yes, it would seem we still have a lot of work ahead of us.
But are things ever going to be normal again after all this?
For us? Never.
Well, what the hell do we do now?
What else? We rebuild.
Oh, ship shape up here, Charlotte. Everything's down there.
If Simon's math is right,
Which it is.
we should be ready to switch online.
Ooh, can I pull the lever?
Absolutely the hell not.
Lorelai pulls the lever.
It's my favorite bit.
All right, I won't pull the lever. Didn't know it was a big deal. It seemed like a cool lever is all.
Oh, babe, you can pull the next lever, okay?
I will hold you to that. You're gonna forget about it, and then I'm gonna be like, wham! Lever coupon.
Can't believe it's been almost a month since the grid shut down. It's a miracle the city's still standing.
The noobs have been a big help with relief efforts. Well, most of them, anyway.
Look, they're not all gonna be winners. The accident that gave the noobs their powers was a total crapshoot. What they're all gonna do with those powers is another crapshoot. Some are going to do good, some are going to do bad, but most of them aren't going to do anything at all.
I just wouldn't mind seeing a lot less of those "The Last Man Was Right" t-shirts all over town.
Well, here's hoping we win over a few of those wayward souls once we get the grid back up and running. Speaking of which, let there be light.
Hell yeah! Back in business.
Yes! Brilliant!
Maybe now things can finally start going back to normal. Everything seems to be running smoothly on the back end, but...
What's wrong? Don't say it's my math.
No, it's not that. It's just... There's some kind of foreign code mixed in here. It's not part of the original programming.
Is it Victor? I mean, is he...
It doesn't look like his code, at least the last time I saw it. It's almost as if when Victor took out the AI programming to shut down the grids, something else came in and filled the gap that was left behind.
Well, if he absorbed the grid, then his coding might have been rewritten. I mean, it's possible, right?
Lore, hey, it's probably best not to get our hopes up, yeah?
Right. Thank you, Joel.
Mind if I take a look?
Be my guest.
Yes. I'd know that code anywhere. Hey, Atlas.
Hello, Simon. Nice to see you again.
Atlas. Right, of course.
Atlas, what are you doing in the grid?
When Victor absorbed the grid's AI and shut it down to save the city, something needed to take its place if you had any hope of an eventual reboot. So, in the last possible second, I took it upon myself to slip into the void left behind.
So you just took over the grid?
Think of me as the bag of sand that Indiana Jones used to replace the Chachapoyan fertility idol in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Only, I'm a much better replacement because I'm far better at my job than an archaeologist who steals artifacts from the cultures they rightfully belong to.
Whoa! Sorry, this whole time, the idol had a name?
Atlas, you have full access to the grid, right? Can you scan for any sign of Victor?
I'm afraid I already have, and there's no trace of Victor's code in any of the grid's systems or subsystems. He's gone.
Right. I figured.
Oh, I am so sorry, Lore.
No, it's all right. Really, he's earned his rest.
In my scans, however, I did find something of Victor's I think he'd want you to have.
Something of Victor's?
During our time together in the program that Simon created, Victor kept an audio log. This was his final entry, recorded 23 years into his experience.
Hey guys. Everyone, whoever's out there. Listen, I know I said I would do this every day when I was in here, but obviously I didn't keep up with it. Kind of like a crappy New Year's resolution, you know? At least I lasted longer than a week. Anyway, I think this is going to be my last entry. Not because it doesn't make my life better, because it does, or, I mean, well, it did at first, but I just really wanted to keep track of how long I spent in here, and I wanted to still feel connected to you all. It was really, really important to me when I first got here, and it still is. But I kind of had a weird thing happen to me today. I was just sitting outside drinking a cup of coffee like I do every morning, watching this ridiculously beautiful sunrise come up over the horizon, and out of nowhere I just started crying. But it wasn't because I was sad, I was happy. I was really, truly, completely happy. And all of the things I felt like I should be doing, or I could be doing if I was somewhere else, just sort of fell away. And I thought to myself, God, this must be what peace feels like. And I don't know if all computer AI people go to heaven the way all dogs do, but I think this is the closest thing I'm ever going to get to that. So you know what? I'm going to stop doing things just because I think I should, and I'm just going to enjoy it. Actually fully enjoy what I've been given. Everything. All of it. And that includes all the memories I have of you guys. So that way, if I ever see you all again, and God, I hope I do. I really, really hope I do. I can tell you all about it because it's beautiful and it's peaceful and as fulfilling as all of this is. I really wish I had more friends here to share it with. But I'm not going to let that hold me back anymore, so this is it, I guess. Look after each other, take care of each other. And I know this is probably cheesy, but whatever. It's not goodbye, okay? It's see you later.
Memorial had a pretty crazy turnout. Half the city showed up.
Wish Victor could have seen it.
2 hours of people talking about how great he is. He would have crawled out of his skin. Poor choice of words.
Yeah, in all fairness, that is absolutely the kind of joke he would make.
Hey, so I snuck a bottle of the good stuff. Figured we could all toast the big guy before we get out of here.
Well, that's awkward. I brought a bottle of something myself.
Oh, no, that's on me for not assuming you already had liquor on you. But, feel free to toast right from the bottle if you prefer.
To Victor. The greatest hero I've ever known. And I've known quite a few.
To Victor.
What he did. I've been thinking about it a lot, and I don't think I would have been able to make that choice. Not in like a self-pitying way, I mean, practically. I don't think I could ever do that. And it got me thinking about why I'm doing any of this, I'm a geek. I love comic books and movies and tea and my apartment, and I consider myself to be a good person. I try to do the right thing, but what Victor did, the ultimate sacrifice, it's too scary. When we were the only ones, it sort of felt like it was our responsibility to step up and be the heroes, but now...
Now it's not just us.
Right. And if we're not the only ones anymore, maybe it doesn't have to be our responsibility. Maybe they can be the ones who go out and save the city now, and I can just be me.
Wow. I always thought I'd be the first one to quit. You're the team leader.
I know, it's selfish.
What? No, I mean, you're just so good at this. I always knew we'd be okay if you were the one calling the shots.
Well, thanks. But between the anxiety and the imposter syndrome, I've kind of had no choice but to overcompensate with unwavering perfectionism. So, despite any confidence I may have appeared to have in the moment, just know that internally I was basically screaming nonstop.
What about the shop? You think you'd reopen it?
I want to. I mean, we had insurance, which should be able to at least partially cover all of the lost merchandise, and then I'll need a business loan to cover the rest. It's gonna take some time to put together, but hopefully. Yeah.
What would you think about partnering up? I loved working in that shop. Running inventory, alphabetizing, listening to nerds complain about stuff until I tell them to buy something or leave. Vibing. I mean, if not, that's okay. I'm cool just living on Charlie's couch for a while.
Well, it makes one of us.
I think I'd really like that, Joel. Let's do it.
Hell yeah! Business bros.
I've been thinking about hanging up the cape, too. I feel like my whole life I've never really gotten a handle on who I am, Am I a toy executive? A comic store owner? A husband? A superhero? None of it really fits, so I don't know what I want to do next, but I think it's time to find out.
Oh boy, I am super relieved to hear you guys say all this. I've been ready to call it quits since we traveled to an alternate future and I turned into a pirate.
Well, you guys always have a place behind the register. Once we have a register. And a new location.
Thanks, but I actually think I might be done with retail too. Being behind the counter again in that alternate universe, it just made me realize that it's not where I want to be anymore. I've been thinking about when the happiest time in my whole life was, and outside of Underdog Comics, I think it was when me and Elliot were working on the game, Creating an adventure together instead of trying to survive one.
Yeah, me too. What if we did that again? Made something. Not the game, obviously, but something else. Something new. Together.
Yeah, man. That'd be the best.
Aw, you guys.
Yeah. What about you, Time Lady? Got any plans to collapse any more realities?
I just want to teach again. Where and how I'm going to actually do that, no idea.
We might be able to help with that, actually.
Wait, really? How?
Well, after everything that's happened, the board at Swift Medina have decided to completely rebrand the company with a new CEO and without either of the Swift sisters around to cause any more trouble.
I'm sorry to hear that, Lorelei. I know how much that company meant to you.
Oh, it's all right, laddie. It's not like I can blame them. But, you know, end of an era and all that.
You basically have to start over from scratch now. Wait, does that make Simon the richest one in the group now?
Oh, we're actually richer than ever.
What? How?
By forcing me out, the board has to honor my contract and pay out my considerable amount of shares in the company.
Liquid assets, baby! Drenched.
Ugh, capitalism.
Yeah, super happy for you. But how does that help me become a teacher? Are you gonna bribe the school board or something?
We bought Funtown.
The old amusement park? Where that hellmouth opened up?
We're going to use the land to build a school.
Not just any school, a super school. For anyone who's got new powers, whether they want to become superheroes themselves, or if they just need help learning to control what they've got. We want to be the place they go to figure it out.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
What would you think about joining us? You could help create the curriculum and teach when it opens.
The school needs you, Gretchen, and we want your DNA in it from the very start. Of course, I mean that in a romantic, metaphorical sort of way, and not a creepy, super science kind of way, probably. No promises.
What do you say, Gretchen? Are you in?
Are you kidding me? Of course I'm in. I'm so in.
Oh, brilliant! And assuming the rest of you get yourselves the necessary qualifications, we'd love to have any of you on the payroll as well. Jeffrey, you can be our groundskeeper Willie!
Ah, joke's on you. Groundskeeper Willie's my favorite.
Mindy, what do you think about helping us design an advanced physical training course for those who are more heroically inclined?
Thanks, really. But I don't think I'm the teacher type, you know?
You sound just like Wolverine every time they'd ask him to teach at the X-Mansion. Oh, I'm so proud of you.
Even Wolverine caved eventually, though.
And maybe I will too. Eventually. But the last place I want to be right now is in another classroom. Besides, if the Underdogs are really retiring, the city's going to need someone to look after it. At least until you guys train the next generation of heroes or whatever.
A silent guardian. A watchful protector.
You guys, I'm serious. I know for you, Victor's sacrifice was a wake-up call, but for me, I don't know, it was inspiring. I think I finally know what I want to do, and it's this.
I'd like to offer my services if you'll have me. I may not be much help in the field anymore, but I can be your eyes and ears from back at the lab.
Yeah, duh. I assumed. What else have you got going on?
IQ and Sucker Punch teaming up to protect McKinney City. I feel safer already.
I think this calls for another toast. To us.
Underdogs. Disassemble.
Could you look a little less nervous, Alan? We're not robbing the place.
No, of course not. That would be easy. We're trying to get a small business loan.
Why, look, Cosmo. It's our old compatriots from our glory days. Hello, chums.
You guys here for a loan, too?
Oh, no. Is your appointment before ours? Can they give out 2 loans in one day? Is that allowed?
I'm kind of freaking out, too. Have you guys been looking at any locations?
We've been checking out a spot downtown. It's right between a coffee shop and a 24-hour gym. It's perfect. I'll never have to leave.
I wouldn't call it perfect. I mean, the parking situation isn't great for one, but that side of town is a little limited for options. And wait, what do you mean you'll never have to leave? You're not sleeping under the register again.
Not even for old time's sake?
No.
What if Charlie and I have a really bad fight?
Then you can sleep on the couch in my apartment. Like a human.
It's not the same.
You guys aren't gonna try to get the old location back?
Oh, no, I just assumed... I mean, you should have it. You can build something new where your dad's shop used to be.
Oh, good. I was afraid to ask. I mean, you guys had it last, so I thought that might constitute dibs or something, but, thanks. It means a lot.
You and Joel are more than welcome to any one of my former Monopoly Comics locations. Now that Billy languishes in prison, their ownership defaults back to me. At least, I assume.
Yeah, I don't think that's how it works, Max, but I appreciate the sentiment.
Miss Allen, Mr. Vickers, if you'll come with me, we can discuss your loan.
Wait a minute. Why are we both opening separate comic shops? We should all open one shop together. Why be in competition with each other when we could have the whole market?
My word. A monopoly. Wish I'd thought of it.
Count me in.
All right, let's do it. But the next 3 hires we make have to be femme. No exceptions.
I hardly think their country of origin should be of any concern.
All we gotta do now is come up with a name.
All right, just a little further. Thank you for being so patient.
No problem. Any night that starts with you blindfolding me usually turns out pretty well.
Right, well, it's not exactly that kind of surprise. Ta-da!
Oh, it's a big empty room. Cool.
It's admittedly not much right now, but eventually it's going to be our secret headquarters. Or if Jeff were here, he'd probably call it the Punch Cave or some such nonsense.
Which is why we're never telling Jeff this place exists. Simon, this is amazing.
My lab will go in this corner over here. Over there, we can install the central computer I'll use to be your eyes and ears. We can set up a gym with all your training equipment back there, with lockers for all your different uniforms against the wall. Your underwater one's almost ready, by the way.
I think this is the most excited I've ever seen you.
I really like the space.
I think you really like me.
That may have something to do with it. But yeah, this is it. It'll take some time to purchase all the supplies and equipment we need, but I think it'll be perfect. Eventually. I sort of spent everything I had on buying this place through a shell company to conceal our identities, so we may have to be a little scrappier than perhaps I initially intended. Try to keep our overhead costs low, at least for now.
You bought me a secret headquarters. We can live off peanut butter sandwiches for a while.
This is just the start. I couldn't bear the thought of you going out every night if you didn't have all the best resources available to keep you safe.
Can you bear the thought of making out with me real quick? Possibly longer?
I'll endeavor to persevere.
Well, my timing remains impeccable.
Father? How did you find this place?
Oldest trick in the book, my boy. I followed the money. The Shell Corp was a great idea, though you could have chosen a more inconspicuous name than Genius Boy Industries.
Dude, get a new secret word.
I will when you stop calling me that.
I'll stop calling you that when you stop being one.
Well, I'll be 30 soon. Maybe we can finally switch to Genius Man.
You know, if you two are really intending to keep all of this a secret, or up on its feet at all, really, I'm afraid you'll require even more resources as time goes on. And resources require funding. Funding which I would like to provide.
I don't understand.
Simon, your childhood was a no man's land battered to hell by my mistakes. I owe you so much. Least of all your own life. Not just a forced restaging of my own. I want to start to make things right.
But all of your other projects, your company, your legacy.
You are my legacy, Simon. And you're beyond anything I could have ever done on my own. Let me do this for you. Now, you have a list of supplies you were looking for.
Yeah, I do, actually.
Oh, this? Give me till Thursday.
Oh, we could start a podcast. Maybe like an audio drama or something?
Oh, yeah, sure. And when we're not doing that, we can punch a brick wall every day for 15 years.
Podcasts are really popular right now, Gib.
Yeah, they're popular if you want to rewatch the TV show you were on in the 2000s, or you're a celebrity interviewing other celebrities, or both, like Michael Rosenbaum. Hey, are you doodling on my napkin? I ordered wings. I'm gonna need that.
Sorry, nervous habit. Well, one of them.
Wait, Elliot, this is actually really good. I didn't know you could draw.
What do you mean? I drew all the time in high school.
Yeah, and I played football. That doesn't mean I'm still good at it. This is like way, way better than the stuff you used to draw back then.
Thanks, man. I had to draw all the artwork for our presentations back at Nostalgia. Guess it kept me in the habit. Remember all that stuff I drew for the game?
Are you kidding? That was my favorite part.
Really?
Yeah, man, like it was one thing to talk about stuff and imagine it, but getting your drawing back, it was like you made it all real. You always added stuff I never could have thought of.
I mean, you always painted such a clear picture. It felt like I was just drawing what you described.
Yeah, man. Oh, I love coming up with all the plot lines and character arcs and backstories when I was DMing. It was so fun. I actually did a lot of writing during the dark times. You know, those years when we weren't talking.
I didn't know that. What kind of stuff did you write?
Okay, don't laugh, but it was a lot of fan fiction.
What's wrong with fan fiction? Gwen absorbs it like it's oxygen. What kind of stuff did you write? Star Trek, Lord of the Rings, Buffy?
Oh, nothing based on anything else. It was mostly fan fiction of the game.
But we created the game.
Yeah.
So that's just called fiction.
Oh.
You know, Gibson, I think I'm getting an idea.
Yeah. I think I might be getting the same one.
Liberty, liberty, liberty. You are your own worst enemy.
Hey, how you liking book 4?
Sucks. Just like the last 3. What else is there to do around here?
You could come hear the new guy talk.
Oh, what, does he do impressions or something?
Nah, he talks about stuff.
He talks about stuff.
I don't know, he's got some good ideas, you know? He's making a lot of sense.
Who is this guy?
His name's Wyatt.
You want me to come with you to listen to a guy named Wyatt talk about stuff?
Yeah, you coming?
Sure, whatever. It's on my way to the library anyway.
And that's how they get you. The whole system's predicated on fear. They don't care about us getting out of here and making something of ourselves. We're just forced labor to them. Inmates produce $2 billion worth of goods in this country, but most of us aren't even making 50 cents an hour. A lot of us aren't making anything. And meanwhile, on the outside, the 1% keep finding new ways to make themselves better than the rest of us. Now money and property aren't enough. Now they can inject themselves with superpowers so they can really make sure they're always in charge of us. I've seen them up close. I've seen a woman possess other people's bodies, using them like puppets for her own amusement. I've seen men who can control the emotions and minds of those around them. Not even thoughts and feelings are sacred to these people. It's sick. It shouldn't be allowed. Why are we stuck in here, but they get to fly around our city pretending to be gods?
What'd I tell ya? Guy's the real deal.
He certainly knows how to work a crowd.
Medina, what are you doing here?
Just listening to the sermon.
Gentlemen, if you'll excuse me, I'm just going to catch up with an old acquaintance.
So, your name is Wyatt?
Wyatt Michael Gaines. You seriously never looked up my name before?
Why would I ever do that?
I'm surprised to see you in here with us good old-fashioned normies. Figured you'd be in Supermax with the rest of the freaks.
Well, since my powers amplify other powers, putting me in a Supermax would be kind of like having a lighter in a shack full of fireworks. Plus, I knew all the secret escape routes already since I designed them.
It must really burn you up inside, being trapped in here with us lesser beings.
Feeling a little less lonely now that you're here?
What's that supposed to mean?
I can't believe I never clocked it before. I mean, I wasn't exactly keeping tabs on you, no offense, but it's obvious now. That natural charisma you have with other men. The way you're able to get them hanging on your every word. It's not natural. It's a superpower. And I can feel it coming off you in waves.
Shut up.
Did you form the Advocates before or after the Swift Industries explosion?
It was the day after.
And you're a gamer, right? Pound a lot of energy drinks?
What does that have to do with anything?
You ever have one called Catalyst?
Yeah. Some sorority girls sold me a case of them once. Never found them again.
Of course! You have powers, and powers don't work on powers without being amplified. I stopped amplifying Max's powers, and that's why you could suddenly shake them off.
You're just trying to get in my head. I'm not falling for your tricks.
Oh my god, you're like a super-powered Ben's only cult leader. They can't help but follow your toxic philosophies. Or maybe you're able to directly appeal to beliefs that are already there, like your power cultivates them or something. I don't know. But do you have any idea what kind of opportunity this is? If I can amplify your powers, we could have every inmate in this place ready to die for us. Hell, probably the guards too. Use them all to bust out of here, go on the run, start over, build a following, and...
No.
Pardon?
I said no. I'm not leaving. This is where I'm needed.
In prison.
I can't motivate reform as an escaped convict.
Motivate reform? You mean all that John Howard bullshit back there was serious?
Very. So I'm going to stay right here. But that doesn't mean we can't still work together.
Yeah, not super interested in staying behind bars, actually. Kind of a deal breaker.
That wasn't a request. Because if what you say about me is true, you're exactly what I need to amplify my message. Literally.
And if I refuse?
Not really an option for you.
Uh-huh. Kinda seeing that now.
So what's it gonna be, Medina? Yes or no?
Jesus Christ. As if prison wasn't bad enough. Yeah, okay. Yes.
Yes. What?
Yes, sir.
Hi, welcome to the grand opening of Conrad Comics. As one of our first customers on our first day, we're offering you the opportunity to become a member of
the Council of 25, which means you'll get 25% off anything you buy for the first year you're a regular customer.
All you need to do is start a pull list with us today, and you'll start getting that sweet, sweet discount in no time.
And you get this special council button that you can treasure and keep safe until you shuffle off this mortal coil.
Cool. I'm just gonna look around.
Oh, okay. Well, let us know if you need help with anything. Do you think we might have come off too strong? I think we might have come off too strong.
Well, the last guy we did that to only wanted to use the bathroom, so it was less embarrassing than that at least.
And yet, we still gave him a council button. I only made 25.
Hey, mistakes were made, but we amended the rules to include that thing about starting a pull list. Why didn't you make any extra buttons?
Joel, if I could just make extra buttons, it wouldn't be an exclusive club now, would it? Have you learned nothing from comic book variant covers?
Literally nothing.
No matter. I've already decided to use my lunch break to go track down that bathroom customer and get the button back for $1.
Max, no. We didn't sell him that button. We just gave it to him.
Exactly. We'd be making a profit.
Welcome to... Oh, it's just you guys.
Is that any way to talk to the people who brought lunch?
Actually, I was going out for lunch.
No, you weren't. Sit down.
Oh, harumph.
So, Conrad Comics, huh? I think he would have hated that.
He said no statue. He didn't say anything about naming a comic book store after him.
Plus, alliteration. Always a fun choice.
Hello, everyone. Oh, brilliant. You brought food.
I knew I should have gotten egg rolls.
You didn't get any egg rolls? Who gets Chinese takeout without egg rolls?
People who are technically unemployed and living off of their savings account. Charlotte.
You know what worked for me? getting a super rich, smoking hot girlfriend.
Oh, she sounds cool. Is she cool?
The coolest.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. Easy peasy. Oh, you're making out now. Great. I'm gonna go eat over here.
Gretchen, I haven't seen you in months. How are you? How's the super school?
It's going great. We should be ready to roll just in time for the fall semester.
We should have been ready this spring, but construction has been an absolute pain in the arse. You wouldn't believe the amount of red tape you have to go through in the education district.
Having trouble getting the permits approved for the jet that comes out from under the basketball court?
The jet comes out from under the track field, actually.
I was kidding.
So was I, you numpty.
How'd your date go the other night, Gretch?
It was fun. They were great. They work at a museum.
They belong in a museum!
That's not even what I said.
Close enough.
So, fun, great, but...
Well, I'm just so busy with staffing and getting the curriculum ready. I'm just not sure if I have time for anything serious.
Oof, feel that.
So I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. What about you? Go on any sexy dates lately?
Are you kidding? I haven't even finished unpacking yet.
Elliot, you moved 6 months ago.
I'm busy. I'm doing stuff. Right, Gib?
Oh yeah. Highly classified though. Still can't talk about it.
Is that why I keep seeing you lot over in that booth at the Sanford? You'll have a bigger tab than me before too long.
Again, it is highly classified.
Are Mindy and Simon coming by today?
They said they would try, but they might have had another late one last night.
They've been having a lot of those lately.
Glad at least some of the Gen 1ers are still out there fighting the good fight, righting wrongs, beating up bad guys. Oh, hey, you have had enough.
I'm looking for my fortune cookie.
They're my fortune cookies. You didn't buy any of this.
I'm good for it. Charlotte, pay the man.
This is so humiliating. I was supposed to star in this movie, and now I'm crashing the premiere.
We're not crashing the premiere, Janet. We're saving it. Besides, everyone knows Liberty and the Seven's gonna flop. Not even Lorelai wants to see it.
Why is it so quiet out here?
Maybe everyone's inside watching the movie.
Even then, there should be Teamsters breaking stuff down, publicity people making calls. This is weird.
Simon, are you sure this is where your power detector thing was picking up all that energy?
Fairly certain, yes. The power monitor uses the grid to triangulate instances of superpowered energy that rise above normal levels, and it picked up quite a sizable surge coming right from your location.
We're just not really seeing anything.
I'm picking up energy signatures close by, non-powered, straight ahead.
There's literally no one out here.
Let's check inside. Might be people in the lobby.
Bodies! Bodies everywhere!
Did you say bodies?
They're not dead, Janet. They're sleeping. Ushers, press, security, like all the energy's been sucked right out of them. You know what that means.
Oh, well, maybe it'll be nice to see a familiar face.
Make sure we're getting everything, ladies. Check pockets, check purses, and if you see a pair of anything cute in the size 9, take those too. I'm in the market.
Golly Bob, howdy. This is our biggest score yet, Bobby Prime. You got that right, sister. And look at all these fancy celebrity types we get to see up close. Why, this fella here was in Pretty Little Liars. No, he wasn't. That's the feller from Teen Wolf. Well, who the heck am I robbing then? Because I thought this was a feller from Teen Wolf. We don't got 2 alumni from Teen Wolf in here, do we? That just seems nonsensical.
Can we focus? I want to get the hell out of here before we...
Whoa, never seen a theater full of sleeping people before. It's creepy.
What'd you do, Maddie? Read them your diary?
Sucker punch. Great. Guess you finally found parking. And look, you even brought your loyal little sidekick.
I'm not her sidekick, Madison, and at least I didn't start being a bad guy again the second things went back to normal.
Oh, spare me your comic book morality, Stokely. None of these rich-ass celebrities are gonna miss anything we take from them tonight. And we donate whatever we earn from it all to those who really need it.
After taking a hefty cut for yourself, right?
Hey, we can't all have rich boyfriends and billionaire besties to buy us whatever we want. Operations have overhead, and I have expensive tastes. What's a girl to do?
Besides, having this many mouths to feed ain't exactly cheap. You get the picture, pretty lady.
You're working with this jerk now, Posse? Thought you were just trying to save your pa's farm or whatever.
Done lost that farm on account of you and your friends getting in the way of my plan to hold that bank accountable.
You were holding it hostage.
Same difference.
Thought you preferred working alone, Madison.
No, Janet, I just didn't want to have to work with you. I actually missed having sisters around. So I thought it was time to start a sorority of my own.
A sorority? There's only 2 of you. That's not even a brunch.
Oh, Mindy. Utterly oblivious, as always.
Mindy, there's someone else there.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! 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 Who's got a sword? Why are there swords now?
Sucker punch. I was hoping you'd be faster.
Who the hell are you supposed to be?
I'd like you to meet Dr. Ninja, the latest member of the sorority. She has the ability to be completely silent until she wants to be seen.
And she's smarter than a 3-piece suit.
Did you just say Dr. Ninja?
You've heard of me. Increased heart rate, shallow breaths, rapid blinking. I make you nervous. As an admirer of your work, I'm flattered.
I'm not, Look, I don't know you at all. So just get out of here, okay?
As you wish.
What the?
Ugh. I need one of y'all to go out and start the van, you hear? 10-4, Bobby Prime.
Janet, they're getting away.
On it.
Of course, this has to happen the night of my sorority's big debut. Why does the universe hate me?
Hey, Maddie, these heels are pretty cute, ain't they?
Ooh, yes! Definitely take those.
Put the shoes down.
Ugh, you're such a pathetic little tryhard. I mean, I always knew that about you, but it's still a bummer to see it up close.
How does this look up close?
Ow! Since when do you punch people? Those nerds are turning you feral.
Training with Mindy and Simon has built a strong connection between my body and mind, and I hardly ever trip over myself anymore unless we're in a haunted house where there's a bee. So, I'm pretty much a badass now.
Ew, they're not one of those couples that do CrossFit together, are they?
On Wednesdays, they are.
Ugh. Disgusting.
Come on out, Doc. You can't keep hiding forever. It's boring.
I disagree.
Stop swinging that thing at me.
I find moments of stillness to be very illuminating when studying one's opponent. For example, even when idle, you hold your head with your chin up. A lovely profile, but it does expose your neck. I advise you not to move. This blade is very old and very sharp, and I don't want to cut you. Yet.
So, I think I'm getting where the ninja part comes from. But where'd you get your doctorate?
I actually have 2. One in anthropology.
And the other?
Engineering.
Whoa! That bus thing just came out of nowhere.
The Televan's ready for our getaway. Come on, sisters, let's ride.
Well, Stokely, it's been really sad.
It doesn't have to be like this, Madison. We can go back to the way things were before.
As usual, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Admit it. We were friends. We still can be.
Janet, your attachment issues aren't my problem.
There is honor in this defeat, Sucker Punch. May our next battle be even more enlightening.
God, I think you might be even weirder than my boyfriend.
What an odd compliment. Or was it an insult?
I honestly don't know.
Much to think about.
Did she just backflip into that bus thing?
Yeah. Definitely weirder than Simon.
Bye, Mindy. Always a pleasure humiliating and embarrassing you. Kicking your ass has been some of my best work.
Well, that majorly sucked.
What was going on with you and Dr. Ninja back there?
Remember when I was in that alternate universe a while back? Well, apparently, Mindy and Dr. Ninja in that universe had sort of a on-again, off-again thing.
Oh, that's hot. I mean,
Mindy, Janet, come in. What happened?
They got away. I think Madison's sorority of supervillains might end up being a real problem down the line if we don't nip it in the bud soon.
Agreed. I'll see what I can find out about this Dr. Ninja. Her secret identity shouldn't be difficult to ascertain considering her education background. The McKinney City academic community isn't particularly large.
Great! Really looking forward to that.
Looks like everyone is starting to wake up.
Time to do your thing, Mind Wipe.
Still not sure if I like that name or not.
Attention, everyone. Eyes up here. Hello? Hi. Great. I'm just gonna need you all to forget you saw us, and everyone with powers tonight. What actually happened is you all saw the premiere of Liberty and the Seven tonight, and it was bad. Like, really bad. Like, the host, if they couldn't get Saoirse Ronan bad. And it was so bad that you fell asleep because the lead actress was so boring and completely miscast.
Janet!
But, you know, in a way where you're like, oh, I bet she'd be good in the right thing, but yeah, super shitty in this, and there was probably someone better.
She's definitely getting more confident with her abilities.
Yeah. It's kind of the best. So, what's next?
Well, I think we can wait until tomorrow to start tracking down the sorority. So why don't we call it an early night?
Does that mean we can sleep in?
Unfortunately, no. We promised that we'd be at the ribbon cutting first thing in the morning.
God, there's always something.
Aurora Mills here, live at the ribbon-cutting ceremony for the world's first school for the superpowered. In just a few moments, the school's co-founder and former Swift Industries CEO, Lorelei Swift, will deliver opening remarks. But with the tragic events that rocked McKinney City still fresh in their mind, many citizens have concerns about what a school for the superpowered could ultimately mean for the future of the city. Can Swift's speech do anything to assuage their fears?
Mind the dust. The contractors promise it'll all be sorted by Monday.
Yeah, I'll believe that when I see it.
I know you guys said you weren't sparing any expense, but this is incredible.
Seriously, it's like Hogwarts and the X-Mansion had a baby.
X-Warts. No. Hogmansion? No. Xavier School for Gifted Wizards.
You know, if I was still in the entertainment biz, I'd buy the rights for this place from you, start a YA series, and make a fortune. God, I was good at my job.
Oh, we know you were, Jolie.
It's just so cozy. Feels like I could literally fall asleep anywhere. Almost makes me want to go back to school.
To study hard and prepare for a brighter future?
Mostly the sleeping thing. Naps in the back of class hit different.
I would love to see the training room. What kind of tech are you using to adapt to the various power surges that are sure to occur when dealing with people who haven't mastered their powers?
We promise a full tour after the dedication ceremony.
Well, I hope that the tour includes the cafeteria, because I do believe breakfast is in order. I didn't eat this morning because I was told there would be food, and you'd have to wake up pretty early in the morning to fool old Max Carmichael into eating before an event that's serving free food.
Cafeteria's right around the corner, Maxie, and is open for business, so have at it.
Ooh. I promise not to miss your speech.
Max, while you're in there, can you also get me a cup of coffee? And he's gone. I hope he heard me. I could really use the caffeine.
Well, if it isn't Gretchen West with our first class of students.
Just giving them a quick tour before the ceremony starts.
You're the Underdogs, right?
In another life, kid. Another life.
Thank you for everything you guys did that day. You kind of inspired me to go here, actually. Well, you and Lorelei's speech.
It was a cracker of a speech, wasn't it?
Show them what you can do, Danny.
Here? We're inside.
I trust you.
Okay, I'll be careful.
Whoa, Human Torch powers. That's awesome.
Yeah. They were a little scary at first, but now mostly awesome.
Man, how did the noobs get all the cool powers?
We're ready for you out there.
Okay, lambs. This is it.
We'll see you out there, Lore.
Front and center. Come on, guys.
Break a leg out there, ladies.
Nervous?
No. Why would I be nervous?
Ah, right. I always forget you don't get nervous about the public speaking thing. And hell, you heard Danny. You probably inspired the whole city that night. This should be a piece of cake.
Normally, you'd be right. But I'm not the one giving the dedication speech this morning. You are.
What? No, you can't. What do you mean? Why me?
Well, last time I checked, your name is Swift too. Is it not?
I mean, I guess, but... Oh, and you know I hate saying this, but... You are so much better at this than I am.
You'll do a fine job. More than fine. Besides, it's what he would have wanted.
Hey, front row, baby. Yeah, nice.
All this kind of reminds me of our high school graduation, Gib.
Hey, who was that idiot who tried doing a power slide to get his diploma and ended up falling off the stage?
I'm pretty sure that was you, man.
What? No, I'd remember that.
It was definitely you. Mom was so mad.
I have returned from my cafeteria pilgrimage bearing the fruit of my labor. Blueberry, to be exact.
You got a Pop-Tart? That's the same thing you bring to work every morning.
That is indeed true, but free food always tastes better, and a free Pop-Tart tastes best of all. Also, I got a coffee for Gwen.
You did hear me.
Unfortunately, I wasn't sure how you'd take it, so I just based it on my own preferences. 7 sugars and 6 creams.
That's so sweet.
And creamy. Lovely, isn't it?
Thanks, Max. I appreciate the thought.
Take your seat, Max. Here they come.
Wait, Charlie's giving the speech? She didn't mention anything about it earlier.
Well, judging by the look on her face, I don't think she knew.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'm Charlotte Swift, and I'm sure you were all expecting my sister to be speaking today. I know I was.
Called it. Classic Lorelei.
Unfortunately, I don't have much of a speech prepared. Lorelei's always been better than me at this sort of off-the-cuff improvisation, so please bear with me. I prefer to plan things. Usually I overplan things with contingencies, and then my contingencies have contingencies, but all the planning in the world can't take into account everything that could possibly happen in the future. Which is why what we're doing here today is so important. We have all suffered terrible losses. When William Medina and Wyatt Michael Gaines attacked our city, we were forced to improvise. We all came together and did the best we could with what we had. And maybe, if we had time to plan, things could have been different. I know it's no good to dwell on what-ifs. We can't change what happened in the past, and we can't plan for everything in the future. But today we can come together and learn, and grow, and hone our skills and put in the work to prepare instead of just plan, so that nothing like that ever happens again. That's one of the purposes of this school. And I know this city is still mourning, still very unsure of what's next, but I also know we can take all of that anger and grief and uncertainty and channel it into shaping a future that is something more than one that's only informed by the traumatic events of the past. Which is the other purpose of this school. It'll be a lot of hard work, but I know that it's possible, because a dear friend of mine once taught me that it was. He believed more than anyone that we all deserve a future full of hope and trust and kindness. Which is why we dedicate this school to his memory. So, without further ado, I'd like to welcome the inaugural class of the Henry Swift School.
have you ever gotten to the end of something you thought would last forever?
A period of your life you thought would define you is suddenly in your rearview mirror.
Maybe it was a relationship you didn't know how to leave.
A grudge you held on to longer than you should have.
A death you were having trouble moving on from.
The future you always thought you'd have.
For geeks like us, maybe it was just a simpler time, when the most important thing in the world was the stuff you love. Like when your favorite show gets canceled, or if there's gonna be a new Avengers movie.
And that stuff is fun and all, but you've got a life to live. And every minute of it matters.
Your career, your family, your health, they all start to mean more than whatever frivolous things you were obsessing over.
That doesn't mean you're totally letting go of the things that make you happy, though. You just have other priorities now.
Of course, you can't hold on to a little bit of that unashamed childlike self. After all, what fun would life be without it?
So, you might not be a full-time geek anymore, and that's okay. You gotta focus on being a full-time you. But if you've gotta be a grown-up all day, you can still be a geek by night.
So, it's about people having superpowers, but not necessarily feeling like a superhero?
Right. Like how being a millennial in your 30s doesn't necessarily mean you feel like an adult, you know?
But it's also about the nature of fandom and how our generation uses it as a way to connect with each other.
And those friendships can be really important, especially as we get older.
Because in the end, it's really about growing up, whether you're ready to do it or not.
It's sincere, optimistic, nostalgic, but there's still plenty of superhero action.
As well as wacky workplace shenanigans and hilarious characters. Is that it?
Yes?
Should there be more? No, I just didn't want to interrupt your flow. You guys were kind of on a roll there.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, I think we're just a little excited. Hey, excited is good. I never would have greenlit your pitch if I didn't think you were passionate about it.
Did you just say you greenlit our pitch?
I did. So, you're going to publish our comic book? I am.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Thank you.
Now, I'm not going to commit to the whole thing, okay? We'll start with 6 issues, see how it does, and go from there. Deal? Of course, yes!
Makes perfect sense.
Oh, there's one other thing. I had a question about the ending. Oh? Yeah, I was just reading through the outline you sent over, and I love it. I just think you might have missed a smallish detail.
We did?
Yeah, okay, so everybody goes into that maze program thing, and then they come out, and they're in this crazy future they have to stop from ever happening. Right. So they all go back in time to stop the bad guy before he can change the future.
Uh-huh.
And then they save the day, and now that world of tomorrow never happens, right? Yeah. So what happens to everybody still in the maze? They're the same people who went back in time. It's like a causal time loop or whatever.
Yeah, they'll wake up in the world of tomorrow and then go back and stop it like we did. I mean, the characters the comic is following.
Well, no, because they stopped that future from happening, right? And it doesn't exist anymore. So they're going to solve the maze and then get out of there however many months later like they did before. But now they'll be in the current present, not the crazy alternate one. Wait. Yeah, so the way you wrote it, you're going to end up with 2 sets of the same characters walking around. The ones who got out of the maze and saved the world from the alternate future, and the ones who get out of the maze and find themselves in the current timeline with these other versions of themselves.
Oh.
Well. Shit. But hey, guys, don't worry about it right now, okay? We got plenty of time to work out all those story details before we get to the end.
Yeah, I think we need to make a phone call.
Geek by Night was executive produced by Scott Carelli, Nick Jimenez, Cass Fredrickson, and Chelsea Kern. Associate produced by Matt Bennett and Mark Ybarra. Starring Andrew Ball as Simon Holt, Rachel Gatlin as Charlotte Swift,
Nick Jimenez as William Medina, Chelsea Kern as Gretchen West, Zach Luna as Joel Vickers, Matt Maassel as Elliot Markowitz, Paul Maki as Cosmo Peters, Jay Malone as Victor Conrad, Kristin Miller as Janet Stokely, Chris O'Connor as Jeff Gibson, Ray Ruzzo as Gwen Allen, Morgan Spencer as Mindy Gibson, Scott Tofte as Max Carmichael, Natalie Van Sistine as Madison Powers, and Naomi Wong as Lorelei Swift. Also starring Mark Allen Jr. as The Last Man, Brad Beauchamp as David Holt, Leslie Beauchamp as Atlas, KJ Burkhauser as Posse, Corey Beck as Dr. Ninja, and Emily Ridemere as Aurora Mills. Additional voice work by Lyric Beatty, Christian Ledley, Becca Bullier, Hannah Ford, Laura K. Walsh, Aaron Kaplan, Jen Adesso, Caleb Abbott, David Quigley, Hunter Kennedy, Claudia Caceres, Bruno Barros, Carter Gregory Santos, Dana Bixley. Casting by Chelsea Kern. Heroes by Day, written by Scott Carelli, Nick Jimenez, and Cass Fredrickson. Directed and edited by Scott Carelli. Geek by Night theme by Zach Gibson. Original score and final mix by Scott Tofte. Credits read by Brian Brown. Geek by Night was created by Scott Carelli. All characters in this work are entirely fictitious. Any resemblance to real persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental. Copyright 2024, Dueling Genre Productions. And to all of you underdogs, from everyone at Geek by Night, thank you so much for listening.